And we're back with another video. Today we'll be looking at bookmarks. I just want to say if you need additional help, you could join the Discord and you can get help here. I'm on most of the time. So anyways, let me close this real fast. So we're going to make bookmarks, or most people call them start dates. So the first thing we always need to do is go to Steam and right click Hearts of Iron, go to browse local files. Now I'm also gonna right click it, go to properties, and just type minus debug in. You don't need the other one, but it's good to have. So if you want to put that one in too, but that's how you get debug mode. Then you just close this. All right. So now we have our main game file. We're gonna load Hearts of Iron. Give it a minute. Alright. Now, in your playset, if you don't have a mod, it's empty, but you most likely have a mod. But we're going to go through making a mod. So now, you're going to click Upload Mod, Create Mod. We're going to name it Bookmark, because that's the official name. Name this mod-bookmark, and give it whatever tag. There we go. Now we go to playset, add the current playset, your mod's finished, and you can play the game, and nothing will happen because your mod's not set up. Alright, so here we are. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to make a commons folder. Common, not commons. So like this. We're going to open that, and we're going to open the main game file. We're going to go to bookmark, and I'm just going to copy it because it's faster. So you're going to make bookmarks. We're going to open bookmarks, and you have these. Now, what you could do, grab both of these, put them in here, make them empty, so it's just one bookmark. I'm just going to grab like Blitzkrieg, and we're going to come back to this in a bit. Alright, now we're going to go back to common, and we're going to make a new folder called defines, I believe. Yep. And in defines in here, we're going to grab 00 defines and paste it in. Alright, now go back to your main area, and we're going to make a GFX folder, and in GFX we're going to make interface. Alright, and in this interface folder, we're going to open it here, we're going to grab another thing, and in the search bar, we're just going to type select underscore date, and you'll get these. This is a background, so you don't need this one, but one of these two you can pick. So I'm going to grab 1936 and just paste it in here, and I'm going to rename it to select date, and I'm going to do 1999 because why not? It's right before 2000. Alright. So we have our select underscore date 1999. I'm going to open this in paint.net, which is linked in the description. It's free on Google, not free elsewhere. So here's our little guy, and we're doing purple again, because for some reason I always do purple. Just so I can show you it works. And we'll add something else to it real fast. We'll add a smiley face. There we go. So we're gonna save that, Control S, and then click OK. Make sure it saves under whatever it was defaulted to. I believe it should work. Alright, now we're gonna make an interface folder in the base area. Yes, there's two interfaces. So interface, and we're gonna also go to that interface that's outside of GFX, and we want to grab one of these GFX ones. So I'm just gonna do AAT trait. We're gonna open it. Oh look, it's empty. All right, well that makes it easier for us. We could delete this comment to Finland. We could delete this top thing. I'm just gonna move all this to the top. Now we have GFX underscore trait, and then so basically you want to keep the GFX underscore part. That's important for the name. So GFX start date 1999, and I would recommend going to GFX interface and then not manually typing it in, but it's my apologies. Doesn't want to be modified. Start underscore date underscore 1999. Make sure it's not GFX start date, because this is, so what this is the file that's in GFX interface. See, that would have been wrong if I didn't copy and paste it. So let's just go ahead and copy and paste that. Select underscore date underscore 1999, and this will be start date. So I can show you how that works. And we don't need a bottom piece. So there we go. So make sure these brackets, there's, I recommend using Visual Studio Code for that. Now I'm going to go back to that interface folder. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to rename this to mod underscore start dates. And I'm just doing that so I have a custom one, custom folder name. You can name it whatever, just don't make sure it doesn't overlap. And I'm actually going to reopen that, because we're going to go back to the Commons folder. So open that, go to Commons, Bookmarks, and we're going to open Blitzkrieg, and we're renaming a bit. I also want to open this in code. Alright, so we're going to copy this this GFX underscore start date. And I'm going to replace this picture with it, like that. Now we have the Blitzkrieg name. We could just do, I believe you could do spaces in the quotation marks, but I don't entirely know. But for the description, we're going to do new underscore era underscore desk, so I can show you the description. The date, we're going to set it to 1999. I'm not going to change these other three, but you can. I believe I think it's month, day, and hour, I believe it is, but I'm not entirely sure, so you have to experience. Default country, so this is the country that automatically gets selected when you click it, which is always Germany, so we're going to change this to Belgium, BEL, and we have all these files, and we don't need this many minor or majors, so we're going to, this is the closing bracket. You delete this, it'll stop working. This is the minor bracket, and this is Argentina. Or this is Argentina. So right here, all the way up to where it says minors, we can delete to Canada. I want to keep one. And then right here, which is Soviets, to how many? We'll do 3. So delete Germany. Depends on what you want. Alright, so the first one, we're just going to leave France, but we're going to change this. I'm only going to change a single description. I should probably do like Belgium then, actually. So we'll do that. So we'll do BEL for France, And we're going to change this history to BEL and change this to, we'll just do era desk. It will be democratic. And we're going to delete these ideas because it does not have ideas. If you want to know how to make ideas, by the way, you can go ahead and check that video tutorial I did. Anyways, now there isn't any focuses. So how this works is if you have a focus tree, it lists out the the main paths. I guess. So if you want to set a main path, you need to go get that focus tree ID. But we don't have any, so we're just gonna delete that. And we're gonna leave these two. But so now we have Belgium set up. Gonna save that. I'm gonna leave this open because we'll be back to this. Go back to common and go to defines. Now you only have to modify this file if the start date is not between 1936 and 1949. If it's after that, you do need to modify the thing. So we just need to change this to start date. We'll do 3000. No, we'll do 2024 this year. So now, it'll start. There you go. 1926 to 2024. I'm being called, but anyways, we can close that file. So this is done. Now we need to go to make a localization. Now I'm just gonna say this: many people struggle with localization, and that is because it's always misspelled. 90% of the time, people spell it localization with a Z, the proper way. The best way to avoid misspelling this file is simply locating it right here. Click an F2, Control C, and paste in it here. This is the best way to avoid it not working. Next, in the localization, you have Spanish, Russian, Polish, and all that stuff. We're gonna do English. Whatever language you do, though, it will appear in that game's language. I don't think the files appear, like, if I do English, I don't think that appears in the German one if I don't have German files. So I believe eventually you might have to make all the files, but you can use AI for that now to translate everything. Alright, in here, bookmarks is right here, so I'm just gonna copy that. So we have bookmarks _1 _ English. I'm gonna rename this because I don't want to use the default bookmarks. So I'm gonna use era _bookmarks, and I'm gonna open this. Now, this looks like a lot because it is. All we need is we're gonna keep this top line and delete everything else because that's all we need. Alright. So we have the brief history file. We don't need that. So we have Gathering Storm. Now, this is why I wanted to keep these open. We're going to go to our new era thing and grab our description right here, new era description. And we're going to go ahead and name it. This is the new era of 1999. Yes, there we go. I'm actually gonna, just to be safe, I'm gonna do new _era _title. And I don't like to capitalize it just because. Then I'm gonna copy this, bring this over, I'm gonna put it above. You do the 2 dots, 0, quotation marks, new era, like that. Alright, and you want to make sure this is indented so it's lined up with English like that. Next, I'm not gonna set all the, actually I might, yeah, I'll probably will. Alright, so we'll go to Belgium. So we have the history. So this is the kind of the long description. So I'm going to do Belgium 2.0 quotation marks Belgium in 2000 or 1999. Okay, I kind of just started writing gibberish, but here's Belgium's description. The ideology right here, I do want to say in the mod, that is not the like main. That's not gonna be the actual ideology. That's just saying what ideology the country is. But it won't set the country's ideology. You have to do that in the history file. Anyways, let's get the U.S. real fast. So we're gonna change Blitzkrieg to era, and we're gonna go copy that over. We're just gonna make it smaller. Make sure that's in there like that. 0. This is USA description. Ha ha ha. There we go. So USA description set up, and I did say I was gonna go over minor countries. Oh, and there's other Blitzkrieg description. I don't know what this is, but we can change this too. We're just gonna change all these localizations so I can go through them all and show you. This is other description, right? And we'll do Canada. So this is a minor. I believe this one appears just naturally now because I think they got added base game without. So do Canada 0, Canada minor desk. Now, minor, yes, means it's a minor country. I don't think these appear if they don't have a focus tree, though. So if you add a country that does not have a focus tree, I don't think it will appear. And since Canada does, it should appear. But I could be wrong. Anyways, so that is about it. I do want to say you should always make sure your brackets line up, because if they don't, then, it's not going to work. And then I'm just double checking everything. It should work now if we load in. So we're going to go ahead and load our game. So once you get from here, make sure your mod's enabled and click play and let it launch. Nope, it won't work. I've realized one major issue. Well, it will work, but go to your game, go to common, go to bookmarks, and rename this to new era or era, and then relaunch your game. My bad. Let's do that real fast. Yeah, make sure you rename it from Blitzkrieg so it doesn't override that Blitzkrieg file, because we don't want that. So you can relaunch it after you make that modification. Yeah. So there we go. Alright, once you're here, click new, and your country's right here. As you can see, now if you see it's off screen, and I'll make a separate part at the very end of the video of how to fix this, hopefully, but I've never actually done that, so we'll see. So our image loads, and you click select scenario, and you saw the description. And we have 3 countries. Belgium is 1999. This is description, haha, and then just a generic one. And then I didn't set a Canada description, but So if we click other country, I believe it will put us to nothing, but that's fine. But where is Belgium? But here it is, and as you can see, it's 1999. So if we start, but we haven't modified any other games files, so it will just be kind of base game files, except I'm pretty sure everything massively research sped up. So that's fine. All right.